One pill makes you money, and the other pill makes you more. But the pill you've got to swallow is that this isn't as good as it was before. The Matrix. Resurrections. It has the word erections in it, doesn't it? Resurrection. Anyway, before I review that movie, let me remind you all that for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase something like one of these bracelets from the company 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the big blue for me every time I do that, so comment, like, subscribe, better world, yada yada yada. Let's try not to end the human race in a flaming ball of snot and inflation. Okay, so what's going on in the Matrix Resurrection? Well, just to be clear, I saw 2 of the 3 Matrix movies, I think. Yes. The last one I saw had ghosts or something in it. It was weird. And I was never enthusiastic enough about it to see the third film, which I hear there was something about a giant baby head made of sentinels. So yes, right. In this universe, Neo is a game designer, and The Matrix was a trilogy of video games. And there's a very meta moment where they say, yes, we're making another Matrix video game. We're going back to The Matrix after all these years, which is really, yeah. Okay, and then Neo is introduced to Tiffany, who is Trinity, and it's very, very weird. Basically, what's happening is, I think the whole point of this movie is for Neo to reunite with Trinity. That's the first 2 acts, and then the last act is the ensuing battle that happens. Yes. So there you are. Yeah. It's not very complicated. Neo doesn't take a lot of convincing to be put out of the Matrix again, and the reason it's called Resurrections, I guess, is because his character died in the last movie, and they brought him back somehow. So yes, there's that. Lawrence Fishburne does not return as Morpheus except in stock footage. And there's a program, again, if you haven't seen the previous movies, you're a little lost. Most of you have seen the previous movies, but who these characters are, like Trinity and Morpheus and Neo, are all things, Agent Smith, are all things that get lost in the fact that, this movie does not stand alone. So really, if you want to understand this movie, the first thing you should do is binge the other 3 movies so that you understand what's going on, and then watch this movie. And then when you watch this movie, understand that it is not going to be the cool, groundbreaking film that the first one was. It does not have anything new. There isn't even a lot of what it had the first time. It's a film basically shot in darkness, so you can't see anything, that, has a lot of action and blowing things up, but you can't really tell what's going on most of the time. The score's alright. Again, for what this movie is, which is an ultra-violent action film, it's fine. It's not great, it's just fine. And, again, if this movie could stand alone without the other Matrix films, I would say, put it on your watch list. It's a fun movie. Because it has such big shoes to follow and it does not stand alone, I still say put it low on your watch list. You're going to probably see this movie eventually. It's not something that has to happen this weekend, but It is something that should definitely happen at some point. And, that's just what it is. It's not a wonderful movie. It's not a terrible movie. It is just a movie. And I mean, again, compared to a lot of the other films that I have seen recently, it's like compare this to, say, Shudder's Death Valley, which I will be reviewing shortly. This is a more entertaining film. Less gore, more action. And, but there's a lot of money put into this, which is why it is all of that. And it's not all that great. So, again, it's a fine enough film. It's not as cool as the original Matrix. It's not as memorable as the second Matrix. I didn't see the third Matrix, so I can't comment. So, yes, congratulations. This is either the third or fourth best film in the 4 films. That's just my opinion. Love to hear yours. Comments below. I'm Richard. Salutations, plebeians! It is I, Stephen Miller, emissary and advisor to his dark orange lordship and the real President Donald Trump, reminding you to comment on and like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, or I will suck out your eyes and feed them to my 2 tarantulas, Meredith and Red Pill!